What up, guys? We just got back from the muffler shop. I did not bring my camera with me, but we went ahead and got the entire exhaust completely tucked up. They actually really took care of me. All I asked for was, can you just cut the resonator and just move the resonator up? And they decided to tuck the entire cat, all new piping, the resonator, and then all new piping to the very back. So they did a full cat back custom literally for me. Let me go ahead and show you that the best that I can. I don't know how well that's gonna really pick up. We have all new piping all the way there, tucked up resonator, all new piping all the way to the very back. The reason for that is because we are ripping the front end apart, the suspension, because we have a new part coming in. I'm very excited. As you can tell by the title of this video, we are going to be installing some MPC drop forks on the front, and then we're going to be dropping the rear end back down as well. Like I said, I took in the G35 actually to this shop before, and they really took care of me, and this time around for all that piping, it was a really good deal. Really good deal. So that's the game plan. We got all that tucked up. I'm very hyped on it. So now we're gonna go ahead. I don't have the part yet. It actually comes in tomorrow. But I wanna go ahead and get a jump start. So we're gonna jack the car up, remove the wheels, remove the stock drop forks, or sorry, the stock forks, I should say. And then I'm gonna begin clearancing whatever it is we may need to clearance from the front. Now, I don't plan on dumping this thing on the floor, but I would, however, like to go at least another inch. Possibly. We'll see what happens, but that's the game plan. At least an inch. So I'm very stoked. So, yeah, like I said, let's get a jump start. We're going to go ahead and do everything I just said. Also, just a heads up, we are going to be filming a video on this very soon. I need to get the air ride wires, the ones that are right there, you can see them in the reflection, going from the trunk. We need to run them through the cab again. We need to get the hood off, and then possibly start dismounting everything in the front, the fenders and headlights, everything. Reason for it, we got a new part in for it. Not gonna say what it is, you guys are just gonna have to go ahead and stay tuned. But enough talking, let me set you up and let's get this suspension taken apart. So we got both wheels off. Pretty much, this is the piece we're gonna be replacing right here. So you're just gonna have one bolt right down in here. And then there should be, yep, right there, another one right there. That's what we're gonna be replacing. We're getting a shorter one. And in theory, yeah, it should be shortening it up a lot. And then I think we're gonna come in here and put some relief cuts and just try to like get that knocked up a little bit more, so that way we have some better clearance. So that's the game plan. So first things first though, let's go ahead and get these removed. Actually, alright, so after getting all those bolts out, pretty much we're completely loose now. So we just gotta kind of start trying to hammer that and break it loose, and then just go ahead and just pop it out. And there we go. So we got it out. So we are ready to go for the new one. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat the same thing for the other side. And then I'm gonna see if there is some trimming that I can do, what I can do. I don't know how much of it I'm really gonna film. More so, I'll pick up the camera once the new ones come in, and it's gonna be as easy as it came out. Just a little bit of hammering, 2 bolts, and you're good to go. All right, guys, finally the part is in. so we can go ahead and get this finished up. It came much later than I thought, but let's open it up because it looks like they included some really cool things. So first off, look at this beautiful packaging. This is so cool. Love that logo. Looks like we got some stickers right here. Super stoked on that. And look at this. Look how sick. Dude, that is so awesome. And then another one right here. That is so dope. Love that. We're gonna be definitely using those. Let's go ahead now and get the main package out. And here we go. So I did not buy the beautiful bolts and stuff. I don't really care for it, to be completely honest with you. But here they are. So we're gonna go ahead and compare side by side. But first impressions, wow. These are really nice. Holy crap. Look at this. Let's compare right here. Let's move this one. Compare, look at that. Oh my god. So if you were to like line up, say, the bolt holes, that's about lined up. Look at the difference. Sweet. So we're gonna go ahead and get these tossed on the car, and it's pretty much how they came out is how they're gonna go in. So I'm gonna go ahead and just knock that out real quick. I'm gonna show you guys how it looks, and then drop this thing to the floor. We're definitely gonna have to drop the rear end now because this is gonna be dropping it down quite a bit, most likely. One down, one more to go. The way I did it, I actually had to take some sandpaper. In this case, I used 150 grit, and I pretty much just had to sand a little bit of that down, and then I put the bottom bolt in, jacked it up, and made it pop into place. Much easier that route. So we are done here, fully tightened up. Let's get the other one on and pick up the camera when we're lowering this thing down. I'm excited. All right, let's go. Damn, son, that's pretty much where we want it to be. Oh my god, that's sick. Wow, look at that. That's pretty much where I want it to be, but you can see it is totally raked out. Let me try to picture that. I don't know if it really, camera does not do justice. So yeah, now we're gonna be dropping the rear to match. We easily got the jack out, so that's great. I know once we drop the rear, you know, I can't do it with that hand. Once we drop the rear, it's naturally gonna, you know, raise up. Because my concern is the oil pan and whatnot. We're looking good so far, so I'm gonna drop the rear down. Shouldn't take long, and wow, that looks good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and do this real quick, and then pick up the camera once we drop the rear down. All right, guys, so we dropped it, and we still need to go more. It really barely did anything. We still need to go maybe another half or so inch. I'm gonna check clearance underneath. Most likely, I will be having to readjust the fronts. Cause I really, it's like I said, guys, this is my daily. I wanna go low. This car will be bagged eventually, but I don't wanna make it to where I can't drive it absolutely anywhere anymore either. So most likely we might raise it up just a tad. I promise you, just a tad, if we even do that at all. But as of right now, yeah, we need to drop it more in the rear. We may just have to max out the rears, most likely. I hate having to do that because it just wheels on, wheels off, jack it up, all of it. And then with my hand still being hurt, I don't have full use of my hand, so it's quite tiring. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, and then we'll take it off for dry, see how it is without even adjusting the front. If we need to raise the front, we will. I'm hoping we don't, but yeah. All right, guys, so I went ahead and put some wood down under the back wheels just because it was starting to get pretty close to the jacking point. I'm really hoping that this is great because we are completely maxed out in the rear now. So if I'm not happy with it, we will be raising up the front to match the rear, which still should look great. It's still going to be much lower than what it was, but I'm really hoping this looks good right here. All right, guys, so I went ahead and came back out here, adjusted just the front. I was actually going to adjust the rear as well, but first I wanted to feel out the difference. That way I can pinpoint exactly what it was. So I went ahead and raised up the front about 1/4 of an inch, barely, like I said, anything, but it was just enough to, one, level out the car now, because technically the rear did have to come down a little bit more to match the front. But one, it leveled out the car, and two, it actually made it ride perfect. I thought the bouncing was coming from the rear because it is maxed out, but it's actually not. It was coming from the front because, like I said, one, we had preload that wasn't corrected. Like I said, I took out some preload, and two, it was also maxed out, and now on top of it with the drop forks, it just really just maxed everything out in there. After adjusting all of that, it rode great. Rode just like before. At certain bumps, maybe like the slightest bit, you can feel it kind of bottom out. More so now in the rear, which is where the extended top hats are still going to come into play, because now we're going to not only have the same look, but we're going to have the functionality back as well. So I'm very excited for that, but we're not going to be including that in this video. But let me go ahead and show you guys what it looks like, because this thing drives straight. It's leveled. We still dropped it all around. I would say 1 inch in the front. The rear, I want to say 1.5 inches more in the rear. And here it is now. So if you guys remember earlier, we were 2 fingers. Now it's just a little bit above it. So we're still very low. And then the rear is still the exact same as well. Let me go ahead and show you closer up. There it is in the rear, a little less than 2 fingers, but no scraping, no rubbing, no anything. And damn, am I very, very happy with that. Like I said, now it is definitely leveled out. I'm very excited. One big test still is I need to take it on the freeway and see how it drives on the freeway, but I know for a fact it's gonna drive great. The rear might get a little, but once those top hats come in, no concerns at all, because that's gonna give us 2 extra inches of, oh look at the bird just landed on the wing. There he goes. Fly away, little bird. But yeah, that's gonna give us 2 extra inches of travel. Damn, I'm so hyped on this. Look at that. This right here is what I wanted. Ideally, I would love to go much lower than this. Ideally, what I realistically would do if this was my only car and we didn't have this and I was still about that static life, which I once used to be, for those of you guys that know, I would definitely tuck rim all around and raise the motor is what I ideally would do. And even tucking rim, that's even still, like, we can easily do that on these cars, and it would still have quite a bit of room underneath the car. You would just have to definitely clearance out the wheel wells and whatnot. But geez, I couldn't be happier. Like I said, it drove really good. Very happy. Also, in case you guys aren't already, go ahead and check out my Instagram. We got that right there. You guys can see sneak peeks before we post on the channel. But man, I'm very pleased. We have a lot of clearance under the car. Now we have that much more clearance from the oil pan, even though it wasn't that big of an issue. Let me try to show you guys that again. And it's kind of hard to tell, but there's the oil pan right there. We have plenty. So yeah, guys, there it is. Comment below, let me know what you guys think.